Haruki Murakami wrote about his novels as follows. If you were to ask me to name 3 elements that are important to my writing style, I think I would answer musicality, humor, and kindness. Let's take a look at these 3 elements. First, let's talk about musicality. Before Haruki Murakami became a novelist, he was the owner of a jazz cafe. I worked and saved money, borrowed all kinds of money from relatives and friends, and opened a modest jazz club in Tokyo. In my mid-20s, it served coffee during the day, and became a bar at night. This job allowed me to listen to jazz music from morning till night. He listens to more than just jazz at home. My record collection is roughly 70% jazz, 17.5% classical music, and 12.5% rock music. Haruki Murakami, who is such a music lover, wrote the following about the influence of music on his writing. I think music has a great influence on my writing. As I reread the text, I always check the rhythm, the sound, and the flow in my mind. Sometimes I even tried to read it out loud. I think I may have learned a lot about writing from music. Jazz in particular seems to have had a big influence on him. I have learned 3 lessons from jazz, and I apply them to my novels. They are rhythm, harmony, and improvisation. Next, let's talk about humor. He talks about humor as follows. I don't write with the intention of making my readers laugh. I'm just writing for my own enjoyment. There are times when I smile while writing. I also enjoy it when people laugh at my readings. No matter what it is, a sense of humor is important, isn't it? Haruki Murakami doesn't seem to like novels without humor. Novels without a sense of humor are tiring to read, aren't they? I like Dostoevsky, but I don't like Crime and Punishment one bit. I think it's because I can't really feel the sense of humor in it. Haruki Murakami's metaphors also have a sense of humor, don't they? He writes the following about metaphors. A metaphor is, as it were, a package. I don't just give you things, I give you a package full of things. I don't just share a meaning, I share a comprehensive, composite image. When asked by a 15-year-old boy to give him some advice on metaphors, he replied, I think you should read a lot of books, and have a lot of experiences. And you have to store your own veins of water under your feet little by little. And each time you do that, you should be aware of, oh, maybe this will eventually become a metaphor. Eventually, various words and images will come to you naturally. The last word, kindness, what does it mean? Haruki Murakami writes elsewhere about this kindness. I think it's the kindness to the reader that comes out in the form of a metaphor. I tried to write about various things in a way that is as easy to understand and as realistic as possible. In other words, Haruki Murakami's idea of kindness seems to be to think about the reader and write in a way that is easy to understand. Writing in an easy-to-understand manner is something that Haruki Murakami often says. I live my life wishing that I want to talk about things that are as deep and complicated as possible in sentences that are as easy to understand and read as possible. It is true that Haruki Murakami's writing itself is easy to read, with no difficult words. He wrote the following about Kafka on the Shore. What I tried to do was to gather as many neutral words as possible, and combine them well to write a text that would expand the reader's imagination as much as possible. In other words, I wanted to tell a story through the complexities of the combination of words, without getting caught up in the meaning or emotion of the words themselves. This is probably true for all of his works. What do you think? He seems to be conscious of writing that has humor, rhythm, and flow like music, and is easy to understand.